Hi, say hi to everyone, and I would like to say congratulations to you all who passed the qualification, and welcome to this online training method for the preparation for yourself to be a manager in the entire Thai kitchen restaurant in the Queen, New York City, New York, the United States of America. Okay, firstly, I would like to talk about our background, our company background, or our restaurant background. Okay, in Thai cuisine will serve about the flavors, spicy and ambience of northern, north, northern of Asia, southern of Asia, and we are located in the center of Astoria, Queen, more than decade. And for right now, the COVID-19 spread out all around the world, so we prepare this course for you guys before to plastic in the US, but we cannot make it right now because of the COVID-19 spread pandemic around the world. And we try to develop this this program online by using the Zoom application, and we might have some of the video from the trainer to train you on several topics. Let's talk about the objective of this training program. So our objective for the training program is to give the restaurant information to our new manager trainee and to establish the online training for the new manager instead of the conference. And the next one is prepare several content that apart from foundation knowledge. And the last one is the evaluation on the manager readiness. Okay, our restaurant located in Queen, New York, the United States of America. Uh, mostly people in Queen, they are the foreigner who came to the United States of America to work in Manhattan, but they try to find a house around Queen because the renting cost is quite cheap, and this borough is suitable for to use the rail to use the subway to getting in the Manhattan to work. And yeah, there are so many Thai people in the Queen. To ensure that you have not to concern about the adaptation of yourself in the Queen United States of America, because the Thai people community in Queen is quite strong, and you can find so many Thai restaurants in around the area. And yeah, there are some of the university around here, and there are too many students who came to study abroad. So don't be concerned too much on. And next, my team member will talk about the concerning of the training program and the evaluation method, and then they will give you some example about the online course training. And this online training require like 2 days. They include the full content. Okay, thank you.
Hi, now I'm going to be talking about who and what does this online program course concern. So firstly, we'll start off from whom to be trained. The people who are going to be trained under this online program course are the Thai managers of our company that are going to be sent to America as expats, who are going to manage around 40 local employees. So why they must be trained? We have the objectives of giving them information to acknowledge about the difference between our country's culture and their country's culture, the laws and regulations of that country, and the management of local supply chains or other internal factors that they need to know, both internal and external. So what to train? There are 4 total topics that we are going to cover for this online course. First is called international management. The second one is cultural context and diversity. Third is laws and regulations. And the fourth one is local supply chain management. So when to train? During the current COVID-19 pandemic, many things have been postponed, so we are planning to conduct this course in around late May or around June. The training period will take a total of 2 days to cover. Each topic will take approximately 3 hours, so there will be 1 day for 2 topics. So where to train? Since this is an online training course, anywhere that the employees find convenient can be the training locations, most likely their homes. So who are the trainers for this course? There will be 4 total trainers for one for each topic. So firstly, we'll start off from Mr. Poket Thatanon for international management, Mr. Kittipop Lekliang for cultural context and diversity, Mr. Payut Nakban for laws and regulations, and Mr. Sutishot Helanjik for the local supply chain management.
Hello you guys, I'm glad to see you. So today I come up with one topic that you guys need to know because it's very important, that is law and regulations. Why I'm here? Because I found problem about management restaurant in foreign country. So operate business restaurant in foreign country, whether it be a New York City in US or other country, is quite hard because the strict law enforcement by governments can provide a heavy punishment. Firstly, I will begin with a little bit question that I want to ask you guys. So why you guys need to know the US law? The answer is quite simple, because law and regulations is external factor that we cannot control it, but we can follow and respect law. The second question is, law of New York State different from US area, right or wrong? The answer is right, because each state have unique characteristics of law caused by different geographic and national resources, but some law is quite rare. For example, is it illegal in New York to keep more than $10 that you found on street? So that's funny, right? So the last question is, how much New York City restaurant regulation that you need to know? The answer is there are 3 mainly topic regulations that very important to operate restaurant in New York City. These are included in training contents that I want to let you guys know and understand it. So the training contents consists of labor laws, break and benefits law, and employment of minor law that's used in New York restaurants. So there are 3 professors who will describe about each topic to you guys. Finally, I hope that you guys have fun with our classroom and use knowledge to management effectively. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Poket Thatanon. So today I'm here to be your trainer about the topics break and benefit laws. So first thing first, I have to tell you guys that this video is a short version, just for you guys to prepare yourself before the real class on the real date. So let's start with paid family leave laws. New York City paid family leave offer at 50% of employees' average weekly wage for employees who are new parents. So I recommend you to underline the word new parents. New parents here cover the case of the children who are their own children, adopt children, and also foster children. The next group of people that will get the leave paid is employees who are caring for the family member because of their in their family they might have sick people, old people, or maybe the disabled. And the last group that will get paid from the New York City is just the member who is deployed abroad for on active military duty. This means that if you have to go abroad for your mission for military. The next topic we're gonna talk about sick leave law. Manager must distribute a written sick leave policy to each employee. Manager must provide employees with up to 40 hours of sick time per year. So now I recommend you guys to underline the 40 hours of sick time per year. because the the 40 hour is a minimum, is a standard for New York City. You cannot give lower than 40 hours, or maybe if you give lower, maybe your employees will sue you or report you to the company. And so your manager, you have to pay the compensate and employee sick leave termination informed with a written sick leave policy or employment agreement following the Family and Medical Leave Act in New York. So this is the end of the video. I have to say that if you have some questions, so note your question in your paper and ask me again. You can ask me again when the real class, on the date of the real class. So for today, thank you very much for your attention and see you.
Hi, so my name is Sudisho Dananyik. I'm here to teach you about the New York restaurant labor laws. It is the basic knowledge that you need to know before you take in charge for the restaurant in New York. And first of all, I need to congratulations to you all about your new positions as the manager of New York, and so the chance to start your new life at New York. And there are two types of law that you need to know because it is the main regulation enforcement in United States, and labor laws play a significant in all the business sector. So the one I'm going to teach you is about minimum wage, and the second one is about overtime law. So the first one is about minimum wage. In Thailand, we may know that the minimum wage in Thailand is around 30 to 45 baht per hour or 300 baht per day. But in New York City, as the high living cost, their minimum wages is higher than us. So employee is getting the minimum wages around $15 per day. Per hour, and $120 per week. And as you all know that in American cultures, they give a lot of tips in service business. This is not included in the minimum wages of your employee, and as well as our restaurant are expected to gain high a lot of customer tips, and regardless of how much they give your employee tips, you are to pay them with the minimum wages that you stated in the contract. And employees are required to be paid if they are working more than 40 hours in a week, according to the United Overtime Law. The overtime laws, however, exempt some certain positions, such as executive administration, and make sure that you are not mistakenly your employee as an exempt type for overtime pay requirement. And every job regularly entitled to be paid 1.5 times your normal hour rate of payment for any work hour you work above 40 hours in a week, if the type of work you are performing is exempt work. And moreover, if there are any chance that your restaurant are invited to create an event outside your restaurant, you need to pay an extra money for your employee too. So this is some small stuff that you need to be aware of the new American cultures before you're moving there and managing your restaurant. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kitipop Lekliang. My topic is about New York restaurant employment of minors law. This topic is very important for everyone who is going to work in New York to know about the laws over there to avoid the problem that will occur in the future, and the knowledge about the minimum age laws is also being so useful in the recruiting process. According to the state of labor laws in New York, they say that the youngest age that allows to work in New York is 11 years old, but they are only allowed to deliver the newspaper and periodicals. But in general, the working age starts at 14 years old. In this course, we will separate the ages into 3 sections. The first one, if there are the people that the age between 14 to 15 years old come for a job, they must have the Student Non-Factory Employment Certificate. But they may work after study hours or only in vacation, but they are not allowed to work in the factory. The next section, in the age of 16 to 17, if that employee attends school, the Student General Employment Certificate is required. But in another case, if that people didn't attend the school, they must have a full-time employment certificate, and they may work full-time throughout the years. In the last case, if they are over 18 years old, they are available to work in establishments that sell or serve alcohol. So our restaurant can hire 14 years old or above to work. By the way, the human resource recruiter should check about the teen document properly for the restaurant. Thank you very much.
So now for the training evaluation methods. The reason that we have to develop a evaluation methods is because in order to measure the results of our training program, we need to come up with the evaluation methods to see whether or not our employees were satisfied with the program, gain the information that is needed, and the performance of the implementation. Therefore, these are the methods that we have come up for this online program. First one is satisfaction and participation reaction. So here we'll be handing out surveys for our employees to fill to see whether they are satisfied with our training program regarding the content of the program, the performance of the trainers, the efficiency of time management of our program, and the likeliness of the knowledge that is going to be used and implemented in the real work. Second is the knowledge acquisition. We'll make some kind of a pre-test, post-test for our employees to see that if their knowledge has changed or if they have gained anything in additional after they have taken part in our online course. And the last one is the customer feedback. This will be the real feedback that we would like to gain after we have implemented the training program, to see if the customers are really satisfied with our work. So these are all the evaluation methods that we have come up